All I'm asking for is a little respect when you come home. So said the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. On today's case, Mrs. Natson says she stuck with her man through 5 years of couch surfing before finding a permanent home. So a little respect shouldn't be too big of an ask. However, Mrs. Natson says now that they've settled down, he's calling her hurtful names, ignoring their financial obligations, and trying to control every aspect of her life. Will she get the RESPECT she deserves, or is this the end of the road for this marriage? Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Natson versus Natson.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Natson, Mr. Natson. Mrs. Natson, you are in court today to end your marriage. You say your husband is financially irresponsible, verbally abusive, and controlling. You plan on leaving court today as a single woman after he signs the divorce papers.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Natson, you say you are in court today to save your marriage. You admit to past indiscretions, but say your wife's behavior has contributed to your problems. You hope to get on the same page today and leave together as a couple.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I see that we have witnesses who are here on behalf of the plaintiff and the defendant. We will get to you all over the course of the case. But Mrs. Natson, tell me why we are in divorce court today.
Well, Your Honor, I am here today because that man over there, he's very disrespectful to me. I don't like the way he talks to me or my family. So I am here today to have him sign these papers that I already have signed because I'm tired of your disrespect.
You basically say, I'm done, and I brought the paperwork to court.
Yes, I brought the paperwork, Your Honor.
Start this process, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Natson, you heard exactly what your wife said.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all been together 7 years, married for 4 years, and she says she's done. What do you say, sir?
Well, I mean, Your Honor, I'm here to save our marriage, you know. We got a family together. We have been together for a long time. Been married for 4 years. I want to work it out, you know what I mean? We've been through a lot together. I want to work it out.
I understand. Mrs. Natson, how did you meet?
We met from his cousin. I was best friends with his cousin, and my roommate, she was basically fighting with my cousin. He came over, and he stopped the fight. Then we went over to his place, and we exchanged numbers. It was my birthday party, and and I just wanted, you know, to have a good time. So I didn't really want anything serious at that time, but we grew to love each other.
So on that first day that you all met, that first date, did you all hook up that first night? No,
Victwon, he came over and he wanted to do something, but I told him I did not want.
So how long did you all date before it became intimate?
Your Honor, it wasn't even that long. My birthday was like probably 2 or 3 weeks later.
So my question is, when you say you were not looking for a serious relationship, what made you change your mind?
Well, me and Victwon, we got very close, and we started enjoying each other's company. I couldn't stay away. You know, I basically fell in love with him.
We had sex on your birthday?
Yes.
We had sex on her birthday?
Well, she told me that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, you always controlling everything.
All right.
Why don't you let the judge talk?
Okay, all right.
Uh-oh, you all are at that crossroads where pretty much anything annoys you.
Yes.
So I understand you all have relied on family over the years.
Yes.
When you first got together, am I right?
That's correct.
You didn't have a place to stay initially.
Yeah, I had a place to stay. We stayed in the same complex, but we got evicted, and he got evicted as well out of his place, so we ended up staying with his parents.
How long did you do that?
We did that for probably about 2 years.
So 2 years of having to make do in somebody else's house, that can put a toll on your relationship. And how old are your children?
We have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, 2 girls.
Okay, and your little girls have had to go through some of these ups and downs, am I correct?
Yes.
So I understand that finances are a problem. What else has happened?
Okay, so I wanted to celebrate my 3-year-old birthday party, and I'm up there asking Victwon, you know, can he, because it was at Chuck E. Cheese, and they needed basically the pre-money to, you know, go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Right, you had to do a down payment.
Yes, and I'm asking Victwon, like, are you gonna have the money? he says again, you know, I don't have it. So again, I'm asking family and friends. They always looking out for me. And they gave me the money again, and Victwon still didn't pay them back for that either.
I'm gonna turn on over to Mr. Natson. What's going on, Mr. Natson? Do you work outside the home?
Yeah. Well, I work outside the home. You know, she mentioned about the weekend that I was working. You know, things was hard at first. You know, staying with my people, trying to get it right. It started through COVID time and everything and stuff.
A lot of people had problems during COVID. So, but the pandemic has dissipated a bit, even though I want us all to still be safe out here. She's talking specifically on you not being reliable when it comes to the basic things in the family. What's going on?
That ain't true, Yana. You know, she always down talking me. You know, I mean, I try my best to make sure her and my kids good. She mentioned about my daughter's birthday.
Yes.
My daughter's birthday party. All right, she claimed, you know, I mean, she asked her family around and everything for the money and everything, but when I went to my daughter's birthday party, a random guy showed up. He like, hey, you know, I came for the party and everything, you know, Andrea asked me to pay for the party, and, you know, she told me I was invited. So I'm like, you invited? Who is you?
At least somebody paid for the kids' party. You ain't paying for it.
Mrs. Natson, help me to understand. Did you actually ask another man to pay for your child's party?
That's right, Your Honor, I did.
First of all, the 3-year-old is only going to remember the time that you all were all together, and 3-year-olds, they really just care that they having some fun and they can run and they can scream, and you get a cupcake or a cake and you smush it in the face and they're having fun.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it, you know, special for her because we struggled our whole life. I don't want the same for my kids.
I understand. I mean, so are you working to better yourself financially in your family?
Yes, Your Honor. Right now, I have 2 jobs right now.
Your Honor, she got 2 jobs because she spent too much money on cigarettes. She spent too much money on cigarettes.
Well, Your Honor, he calls me names, basically, like a dumb whore.
Wait a minute.
He called me a dumb whore and keep yelling at me.
You were out in public?
Yes, we were out in public, and he called me a dumb whore.
Okay, Mr. Natson, what is that about? You also say that there's a level of disrespect in your family that you no longer want to put up with. What do you mean by that, Miss Natson?
Well, Your Honor, he calls me names, basically. Like, there was a time where I lost my lighter, and I asked Victwon, I said, Victwon, can you buy me a lighter? He tells me, ain't you working right now? And calls me a dumb whore.
Wait a minute.
He called me a dumb whore and keep yelling at me constantly, like, so, Your Honor, I just was quiet the whole time because I didn't want to make a whole scene while we was at the gas station.
You were out in public?
Yes, we were out in public, and he called me a dumb whore. Okay, Mr. Natson,
what is that about?
All right.
And it's not funny.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's not funny. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Why would you call the mother of your children your actual wife out of her name like that in public?
Right. All right, Your Honor. So we was actually in the car at the gas station. We was in the car at the gas station. She always got lighters, so I'm thinking that she's just trying to be funny by asking me to buy her another lighter and everything. She know I'm tired of her smoking cigarettes and everything because she spent too much money. And it was a couple words more with that and everything. It just come, oh, buy me a lighter and this and that. I call her a whore. Yeah,
Why?
I did. You know, just fed up. You know, yeah, I was wrong. You know, and I was wrong. She called me a
Mrs. Natson, what is going on in your family that y'all cuss each other out on the regular? What's that about?
Well, Your Honor, he comes home from work angry. And he basically disrespects my family, too, as well, because they're staying with us now.
How many people are staying in your home?
There's 5 people staying in my home. They be in and out, though.
You a lie.
They be in and out. They be in and out.
How big is your place?
We have a 1-bedroom, so they stay in the living room.
Thank you.
That can't be comfortable with 2 little teeny children.
Yeah, it's not. But my family have looked out for us, and Victwon haven't paid them back. Like, if my family is in need, I'm going to support them because they did the same for me.
You heard what Mrs. Natson said, because when you all were in need, y'all's family had your back. I think that's what Mrs. Natson said. It's just turnabout fair play. Am I right, Miss Natson?
That's correct.
Mr. Natson?
Your Honor.
When you needed something, your mom and daddy let y'all crash on their couch?
Yeah, she let us crash on her couch.
She let you stay there, and how much money did you pay her for rent?
Different thing, whatever she needed. She may need her car note paid, or she may need a light bill paid, or she may need a grocery. You know, I just did different stuff, and she was staying there. It was a time her mom was staying there too. You know, I looked out. My family looked out for her family a lot of times.
It sounds like family.
Yeah,
That's what family's supposed to do.
Right.
When one of y'all needs something, the other one's supposed to have it back, right?
Yeah, you look out for each other. My sister actually has a secret.
What do you mean she has a secret?
She has a secret that she needs to tell her husband. I stand by the right side, and she has a really big secret that she needs to tell him.
What's going on?
Miss Natson?
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
Since we talked about your family member, this is a good time to introduce them. Let me start with the plaintiff's witness. Would you please join the plaintiff at the table for me? This is your brother, am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Would you please introduce yourself to the court?
Hi, my name is Vinar Smith.
Hi, Mr. Smith. Welcome to divorce court, and thank you so very much for being here. So what have you witnessed as it relates to the interaction between Mr. and Mrs. Natson?
So, what she's been talking about, basically, like how he, talks to her down, calls her names, and everything. I've seen that, and I just don't like it.
You've heard Mr. Natson calling your little sister out of her name in front of you? How do you respond, sir?
Well, for me, I'm not like a very confrontational person.
I understand that, and we don't want you to get in trouble or catch a case.
So I basically just don't say anything, or I go for a ride in the car while they're having their moment.
Your Honor, he knows she be wrong a lot of times. That's why he can't really say nothing. He knows she be wrong. He knows what's going on, Your Honor.
What do you see as it relates to your sister? What do you think is going on with her? Do you see her being stressed?
I can say, yeah, a little bit of stress from the smoking, and then the wanting to get out to go to the karaoke so that way she can get away from him, because he's very negative person.
What's the karaoke about, Miss Natson?
I go to the karaoke, to release my stress. It was my birthday party, and I wanted, Victwon to come out and have a good time with me. He gets off of work, Your Honor, and he's blowing my phone up constantly, calling me back to back. And I didn't answer because, I was, drinking, having a good time. So I didn't answer the phone. So he decides to come in, yelling and screaming you need to come home. You need to come home. And I'm basically, I don't want the drama and stuff, so I basically went home with him.
Now I'm going to turn over to you, Mr. Natson. You heard, thank you so much, Mr. Smith. You heard what your brother-in-law said. This is a little bit of an interesting dynamic. I'd love to hear from your witness. Now, this is interesting. Will you please join the defendant at the table?
Oh, yeah, this is her sister,
this is really interesting to me.
Right here,
Okay, so as my understand, this is Miss Kariah Smith. You are also Mrs. Natson's sibling. You're her sister.
Yes.
So, but you're testifying for the defendant. Tell me why.
I'm testifying because I feel like my sister has been lazy her whole life. She does have a little bit of slack about her, and she makes a lot of excuses for what she do, but she don't take a liability for what she's putting out. I'm not against my sister, but she do need to realize some of the things she does affect her marriage.
Tell me what you are speaking of specifically.
Specifically, like when I'm visiting, I'll see Victwon getting up in the morning, feeding the kids, and she'll be sleeping, she won't get up.
I know that your sister has been working really hard and took on extra jobs. Do you see a level of disrespect between the two of them?
I do see a level of disrespect. My sister actually has a secret.
What's going on?
Miss Natson?
I would like to know the secret that I'm hiding so much.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if your sister tells it, it will no longer be a secret.
All right, well, say what you gotta say.
Well, sometimes when my sister go to the karaoke bar, she's actually going to the strip club to make extra money.
Oh.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. I appreciate it. And talk about dropping a bomb.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'm shocked. So that's what's been going on. Okay.
I thought we were going to the karaoke club.
We are going to the karaoke, but I do struggle with the rent. You know, I do have 2 jobs, but sometimes people, they do give me money to help me with my rent when I'm struggling. I just basically show them a good time.
Now,
I knew it was something.
I've been gave up on Victwon.
I knew it was something. I knew it.
Like, I've been not happy for years with Victwon.
It's very clear to me that the relationship part of your relationship is over.
Yes, I'm done.
It's very clear. And Mr. Natson, I'm not sure, you said you came in here to save your marriage, but it's clear that the communication has broken down. Mrs. Natson, she said she came in to end the marriage. You have now resorted to keeping very serious secrets to help out financially.
Yes.
For all practical purposes, I'm looking at a woman who says, I'm over it. Is that correct?
That's right, Your Honor. I stepped up when he didn't.
Yeah.
So, Your Honor, I need him to sign these paperwork because I'm done.
Robert, will you please retrieve those papers? I would like to see them.
Your Honor, 1 minute she done, next minute she want to make it work because I'm a good father. I help her with the bills, I get her money and everything, but she got a smoking problem. She like to have fun, and that costs money. So that's why she spend extra money on extra stuff. That's why she doing what she doing on the side.
Mr. Natson, I don't agree with anybody holding secrets like this. Right. I don't agree with anyone keeping from their significant other that they have decided to exotic dance for a living. I don't agree with that.
Your Honor,
because it's not that I don't agree with exotic dancing.
Right.
I don't agree with keeping it from your mate.
Right,
okay?
right.
Robert, will you please hand this folder to the defendant for me?
Sure.
Mr. Natson?
I'm done with
Mrs. Natson would like to begin the proceedings.
Your Honor, I don't really want to sign this right now, Your Honor.
I can't force you to.
Okay.
But, Robert?
Mr. Natson, you've been served.
All right,
that was what starts the process. I cannot force your husband to sign the papers, but what I can do is provide you a transcript with these proceedings that you can start the process.
Twan, I feel you should sign the paperwork. I'm done with you.
Your Honor, she's saying this right now. When we get home, it's a whole different story. That's why we're here today. If she were really done with me a long time ago, we won't be here today.
We can be there for the kids, but as in me and you, it's over.
Mr. Natson, I understand that you're a good father.
Your Honor, I'm a good father. And I spend a lot of money on her, a lot of money.
We're not talking about spending money. I'm talking about now let's work out a co-parenting situation.
You want me to be happy, right?
You happy? You happy?
I'm not happy with you.
You ain't. That ain't what you said. That ain't what she said.
Well, forget what I said
She
before
telling you
that.
one thing, but when we
forget what I said before that. You just need to sign the paperwork so we can be done.
Okay.
And figure out what we need to do with the co-parenting.
Yeah. Okay.
I got news for you, sir. Every relationship has a time, a reason, and a season.
Right.
Okay. Your time is past. The reason is done, and the season has changed.
I'm so happy it's over. He needs to sign that paperwork.
He definitely does, yeah.
I'm just so done with him. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Robert, when the lady says she's done, she's done.
Listen, when all she said was mind your business, when he found out that she was stripping, you know she's done.
I mean, mind your business? That's coal in the mug, right?
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's over. It's really over.
Well, let me ask you something. Is she a singing stripper, though?
At karaoke? Ooh, I need to find out where that location is and avoid it.
Made in Georgia.